Hi there, welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm back again for the penultimate commander I'm going to be covering from Aether-Drift. There's one more coming up next Monday, and there'll be an announcement at the start of Monday's video about what's happening for the next couple of weeks, because I've got a bit of life change happening. Nothing serious, don't panic. But yeah, I'll talk about it on Monday. Don't want to bore you with it now. But for now, I have literally no idea how to pronounce the first part of this card. Vex. I don't know, Vex. We're going to go with V. V, Verbose host. 1 and a blue for a 0/4 homunculus. Has start your engines. Okay. But you have no maximum hand size. And at max speed, if you would draw a card, draw 2 cards instead. There is only one way to play this card in my mind. You can't really use it to crew any vehicles. You can't really use it to do any attacking with. It's a 0/4. It's very difficult to pump power outside of some niche cards in blue. So there's only one way to go with this, unfortunately, and that was to see if I could draw my entire library and win that way. So, or a couple other ways, but hey hum, that's what we decided to go with. So here we go. Here's what today's deck looks like. To start with, for one of my commander decks, we're quite light on creatures. We've got Morale, cheaper for compliance to cut the cost of our instants and sorceries down. And then we've got Kami of the Crescent Moon to start drawing cards. And then the first real win condition we're looking for is Sassa's Oracle. I think that should be a bit of a no-brainer for most people. We want to hit this and try and do the whole devotion to blue thing so we can get there and win that way. But we do have the backup with the Triskaidekaphile. Yeah, that's probably completely pronounced pear-shaped. But at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have exactly 13 cards in your hand, you win the game. Okay, I like that as backup plan. The other backup plan is the Chrome Host Seed Shark, where we can incubate X and get some creatures that way. Then we have Imogen, the Mystic Tinkerer, coming in from the Battle of Baldur's Gate, if I remember correctly. At the beginning of your end step, if you have the initiative, draw a card and draw another card equal to it if you complete a dungeon. Not the greatest card in the world, but I wanted something that I could do with blocking. So we've got no real way of getting the initiative unless someone's already got it. But it's just a fun 2/3 card that kind of helps me, I think. But it's probably going to be drops, I'll be honest about it. But we will see. Anyway, Lab Maniac. Yep, another way we want to try and draw our entire deck. And as long as we can draw a card while we've got no cards in it in our library, we win the game. Loyal Drake comes in to help us draw cards when we have V in play. Alandra, the Sky Dreamer, whenever we draw our second card each turn, we get the 2/2 blue Drake token. And then if we draw a 5th card, we get to make Alandra's Sky Dreamer and the Drakes we control very, very big for a turn, which might be another win condition. Archmage Emeritus lets us draw cards when we cast instants and sorceries. Ojapaptic Deepest Epoch is also in to give all our instants a rebound, and then when it dies it becomes a land and we can flip it back over if it's got no counters on it. Solemn Sim, give us a bit of a card draw and a bit of a blocker. Well, land card draw. And then Jingataxis, the original, well, the new one from what, can't remember what set it is now, but it's Jingataxis. Ward 2, whenever you cast a non-creature spell with mana value 3 or greater, draw a card. And then we can turn it into the Great Synthesis if we need to at some stage as well. Mole Drifter, either evoking it or paying it for 5 to draw the 2 cards, or evoking it for 3 even, sorry. Tomorrow, Azum is familiar, so we can actually draw the cards we want to draw when we draw the cards. Seems like a plan. Agent of Treachery, just nick something that's annoying us and beat them up with their own creature. And then Thought Monitor, another way of drawing a couple of cards. We have a few artifacts coming up, so the affinities for artifacts bits semi-relevant. We've got 7, I don't know what's going on my camera, sorry about that. I don't know what's going on, why, but we've got 7 Planeswalkers in this deck. So we've got Party Jace, as I call him. And then we've got the Wielder of Mysteries, that lets us another way of winning the game if we draw a card with no cards in our library. The Perfected Mind is also in to give a creature -3, -0. Or we can mill 3 of our cards and then draw a card, or draw 3 cards if we've got 20 or more in our graveyard already. Teferi, the Master of Time, is also in. Draw a card, discard a card. And we can do this anytime, everyone's turn, basically. So we do cycle through our deck. Extra turns? Maybe, maybe not. But cycling through our deck seems like a plan. The Teferi Temporal Pilgrim is also in. 0 to draw a card. which puts a loyalty counter on the Pilgrim. -2 to get the spirit. That says whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Or -12, target opponent chooses the permanent they control and return it to its owner's hand. They then shuffle each non-land permanent they control into their library. Alright then. But it's 0 and -2 are going to be more interesting with this one. Jace, the Arcane Strategist, lets us chuck around some +1/+1 counters on the few creatures we have to keep them in play, especially when we can do +1 and draw a card. The -7 creatures you control can't be blocked this turn can be useful sometimes, so it's a possibility we do that as well if we can get up to the -7 point for his loyalty. And then Morkenhain. Yeah, draw 2, put 1 on the bottom of your library, or we get our Dog Illusion, which is a really big creature actually if we get the Dog Illusion out, so that's quite good. Exchange your hand and library, then shuffle. You get an emblem with you have no maximum hand size if you get the -10 off. Is a nice cheeky way of us winning the game if we haven't found one of the other cards. We have a lot of spells today. Starting with Clash of Wills for the countering, and then Serum Visions for the draw and the scry 2. You can change this to preordain if you wanted to. I just like Serum Visions, so I like this bit of artwork, to be honest. Spell Pierce for some control, Arcane Denial for some even more control, and then Blue Sun's Twilight. Yeah, I want to get this for 5 or more basically all the time, so I get a token copy of the creature that I'm stealing from someone. Counterspell for control, Cyclonic Rift for board control, Mana Drain for more control, See Beyond to draw 2 and then shuffle 1 into our library. Ascene Antics to slow all everyone else's creatures down and put the curse roll tokens on each of them. Access Denied is more counterspell control with some more Thopters on the go. Ether Spout just bounces all the attacking creatures to its owner's top or bottom of their library. Jace's Ingenuity, sorry. I have no idea what I just said. That's just bad. Very bad. Anyway, Jace's Ingenuity, draw 3. Inspiring Refrain just goes to exile land and keeps drawing us 2 cards every so often. Mind's Desire, because it's a mono blue deck. I'm going to play Mind's Desire, sorry. Likewise, Exproportionate is also in as well for either the extra turns or the let's gift them a permanent type thing going on. So yeah, happy with that. Ramp comes in the form of the artifact. So Mox Tantalite to start with, then Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Felwar Stones, Mind Stone, Sapphire Medallion, Thought Vessel. The Gauntlet's here because the amount of Planeswalkers we got is worthwhile having them come in so they can proliferate. And then we have Aetherflux Reservoir. Hopefully gain a lot of life this way and then maybe kill someone off with the 50 damage. It's a mono deck, so the Throne of Eldraine is back. Likewise, Aetherflux Conduit is back because we are going to be casting a lot of spells. Hopefully we get to 50 energy. And yeah, do the whole Omniscience thing at the end. Chimley, the Inner Sun, just lets us discover something. The Portal to Phyrexia helps us control the board a bit and then nick things from people's graveyards. And the Magic Mirror just means our instants and sorceries get even cheaper as we do things as things go along. Again, not the greatest thing in the world, but it does let us draw cards quite quickly when we get there. So I'm quite happy with that. Enchantment wise, as foretold, just so we can cast something for 0 if we need to at some stage. Oath of Jace to draw 3, then discard 2, and then we get to do a scry where we get all the Planeswalkers in play. Propaganda to give us a bit of protection from the creatures attacking us. Rhystic Study because, yeah, first few turns no one pays attacks, so you might as well get some extra card draw on the go. The Bident of Thas is here because we do have some creatures we can attack with, so we might as well have it in as well, just to get those draws on the go. The Font of Magic lets us cut the cost of our instants and sorceries. I know there's only 12 in the deck, but we might as well have this here to help us out and cast them a little bit easier. Shark Typhoon just gives us nice blue flying shark creatures. Yep, and we're going to be casting a lot of non-creature spells in this deck, so this might as well be here. Storm of Saruman, we like casting 2 spells a turn and getting a copy. And then we've got one with the Multiverse, and we've also got Omniscience. I had to play them both, love them both equally, so they're both here today because I'm in a mono blue deck. Lands, got some lands that go and search things like Broker's Hideout, Flooded Strands, Mastros Theatre, and all of the pay 1 life, go and find an island lands are in the deck as well. On top of that, we have McCall, the Centre of the Sea. We have Nyxos Shrine to Nyx. We have 19 islands, Hall of the Storm Giants just gives a creature. Yeah, we'll probably have 6 mana kicking around at some stage because we're not doing a lot, and we can get 7/7 with Ward 3, so I'm happy with that. The Hidden Cataract lets us do the discovery thing if we've got 4 mana at some stage in our turn and we don't want to do anything else. Likewise, the shrines here I've mentioned already, and somewhere down the bottom, there you go, Temple of the False God, Reliquary Tower, and the Surgical Bay are all in to help us with our mana. But that is it. That's what we're doing for V, the Verbose host. Yeah. Probably not the best one of the decks I've built for me to drift, I'll be perfectly honest. I'm sure there's something better we can do with it, and I've missed loads of stuff. So I would really like to see some comments from people pointing out what I should have had in the deck down below. That would be really nice. Please feel free to share the video around. The more eyes I get on things, the more likely I am to pick up my subscriber count here on YouTube, which would help me out immensely. So please do that if you can. Yeah, I would normally say you'd be able to see me play this on Twitch. You're not going to be able to at the moment. There are reasons. I'll explain them all on Monday. So just come back on Monday and check out the start of Monday's video if you want to know what's happening. But for now, everyone, have a great time, and I will see you very soon in the next video. Take care. Bye.